I have rebranded completely. This is something that I haven't done in quite a long time, but maybe if you're an avid fan of the channel, you've seen the process over the past year of me creating the new logo. The big question though is why we've rebranded and what does it look like? This video is brought to you by my Skillshare original class. Stick around to learn more how to watch it for completely free towards the middle end of the video. Okay, so first of all, I'll show you what the identity looks overall. Here I've got an icon, which is one of our hero images, which basically means that's the one that people are going to see a lot of online, just because it works well in every medium. You can identify it. You can see it when it's big, when it's small, and it's simple. Here's my company guidelines that we've got going on here, and I'll explain a bit more as to why I've got these guidelines and what's happening. Down below that, we've got the actual logo type. You guys may have seen me work on this on my Illustrator months and months ago. It was derived from this drawing from Procreate, and I brought it in and we've been editing it, but you can see it there and it's sort of transforming. The W looks awful, so I've been fixing it, and then we get to a point down here where it's basically fixed. From this point on, I knew that I needed to do the rest of the brand. I knew what I wanted to do, but I hadn't done it yet because I was so focused on the logo. So this logo type looked great. I liked it. It worked really well. It was really clean. It was all penciled in. There's a lot of anchor points though, but it needed it. It worked well, but the problem was when it was scaled down, it wasn't terribly hard to read, but it wasn't as simple as I would like it. I would like something that works as a favicon or something else to go alongside it. Now, one of the big things about logo design, especially for someone like myself as a designer, is I like a couple of different options. And I know you're not supposed to have options, but for me, in this case, I do. We created this. Now, this was derived from a drawing. If you don't know, I learned design through my love of calligraphy and lettering when I was younger. And ever since then, design has been my job, but with a heavy emphasis on like hand lettering and calligraphy. Hence why both the logos, especially the logo type, is in monoline script and this is in black letter. I wanted to keep that heritage in there. If we go to my brand guidelines here, which I've just marked up, we've got quite a few things on here that I will show you. We've got the logo, and the way that everything is sort of spread out on here and guided up, everything's gridded correctly, is the way that our brand sort of works now, especially with the colors. So now that you've seen the logo and the icon that I've got, I'm going to explain a bit more about us and why we've changed. Just like any rebrand, something has to change or something has to sort of time out, just get old before you want to do something new. Prior to this, my logo was this script logo. It was done freehand and I just shoved it online, and that's what I liked. I wanted it to be as super simple as possible. One question that I don't get as often as I would think that I would get is, where is your logo? And people don't really ask this because I guess my face is my logo, but as time has gone on and grown, as the company's grown, as we're doing more things, we're looking to hire more people, it's become more and more important to sort of have a visual brand in place. It sounds weird, right? That someone who does logo design and brand identities for all sorts of different companies would now start doing it properly. Well, this is why, our mission as a company is we educate people about their brand stories, identity, design, and business. Through creative excellence, we transform brands into sustainable success stories that inspire customers and employees alike. That is what we do. Now, we're a design agency. We design brand identities. We solve problems for companies when it comes down to the creativity side, where it's visuals, whether it's the strategy behind them and their brand, what they do, their mission, the values. That's what we do. And for me, as an agency is sort of growing, we need something more in place for that. So this is why we've changed. We also have our brand voice. As you see, it's disruptive, confident, and knowledgeable. A lot of people don't like my work online because I guess it's because it's disrupting the design industry. People don't like that, kind of like the Uber. We have stuff about my YouTube channel as well. We're a YouTube channel where we teach people how to become graphic designers and specialize in logo design and brand identity. That is the mission for the YouTube channel. So you can sort of see what's happening here. In essence, the company has grown to a point where we want to work in a different way with more people on the team rather than just me and someone else. I want more people to come and join and work with us. So we've gone for a more professional approach. Now that brings me on to the colors. It's sort of this orange red, and I love it. As well as that, we also have this mint green that goes along with it, which is really nice. Through our composition in design as well, it's basically using the rule of thirds everywhere. You see me do this all the time. It works super well. All you do is you create a grid. Like you see here very faintly, there's like these grid lines. And throughout here, we've just gridded everything up into thirds or halves. Like for instance, I'll just move this to here, extend this out, move that. So it's roughly there, and boom. It's a bit too big, so it doesn't come down. Bish, bash, bosh. We've got something in thirds. Now this video isn't just about showing you my brand and the new stuff that's in there. I want to take questions from you guys in the comments as well once you've watched this video. But this video is really about when is the best time to like rebrand? When should you as a company, not just as a designer, but like as a company rebrand? Well, number one, I would say it's when it's old. If you know that the designs that you have, the actual brand voice, so if you're working with a manufacturing company and the branding is old and it needs to be revamped to meet the threshold of your competitors, then that's when you rebrand. We work with many companies to do with rebranding. In fact, most of them already have a brand in place. So we do a lot of them. And the main complaint they have with their current branding, their visuals, is the way that it looks old, or it's not very timeless. It's not going to fit for the future, or they're going into a different kind of marketplace. So that's number one. So when it gets old. Number two, when something changes. If something's changed within the company, such as what we see with Facebook, they changed their holding company, changed it from Facebook to Meta. They can talk about Meta and why they changed it, but it's obviously this PR stunt that they've done to try and sort of distance themselves away from negative press. They're trying to, create this new thing, this new name to either inspire or to sort of throw away the target. Rebranding happens when you need something to change about the company, when the goals change, when the vision posts change. Now mine hasn't really changed at all. I've just put it more down on paper. But for you, if you're a designer and maybe you've been in the field for years and years and years, and you're seeing other designers rebranding and changing what they're doing, and your logo is still good, it still does you well, that does not mean that you do have to change the logo. Maybe that just means updating the color library or the color scheme that you use. Maybe the composition within your brand identity needs to change. And by that, I mean just the way that your Instagram posts go out. Here's an example. I've got my Instagram post here. The composition is exactly the same as it is on the brand guidelines. You see a lot of people doing this style of minimalistic composition, which is actually, a raster system composition. Very basic grid-like composition. It just allows more to be fit on the screen, more information. It's easy to just add information to it as well, and imagery. So that is my new logo design, and you can expect to see it all changing on the channel. We're going to get like an intro video, change the banners. It's sort of rolling out slowly. The website is being done literally today as we speak. I've been grinding away at that web design thing on Squarespace. So in early 2022, next year, you'll start to see more stuff coming out for the brand, and it will be great fun. Now, if you're a designer or looking to become a designer and you want to design a new logo, or just get better at designing new logos, then I have a class that will really help you with that. It's over on Skillshare and it's an original class. Now, within this one, I teach how to ideate logos, not just how to create one, but how do you come up with concepts that really work? What can you do to make a good idea a great idea? Well, that's what this class is about, but I also go through the whole process of it as well at the same time. You'll get so much information that you won't get in other classes within this Skillshare one. And you can watch this class absolutely free as well. The first 1,000 people to click the link down below in the description will get to use Skillshare Premium for a whole month for completely free, which gives you time to watch my class, which is about an hour and a bit long, maybe an hour and a half. So if you think about it, you can watch loads of classes, hundreds of classes if you wanted to on Skillshare with that free trial. I would urge you to do that. It will help you massively, and you can thank me later. Okay, so just an ending recap. New logo, new icon, Let me know what you think in the comments below. Constructive criticism only. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Goodbye.